Start? Okay. Testing, testing, testing.
No! No!
Subconsciously, it's a lot of times the house they grew up with.
I'm Anthony Margulis, and I'm here today to answer burning questions that you've always wanted to know the answer to about the west side of Los Angeles.
When buyers come to me and they ask, I'm looking for a certain style of house, maybe I'm looking for a modern house, maybe I'm looking for architectural, maybe I'm looking for a Spanish, and I want a 2-story, and I want something with a big yard, I want A, B, C, and D. And we put together a needs analysis, what you really must have, and what you'd like to have. And what I found working with so many different buyers, subconsciously, it's a lot of times the house they grew up with. So for example, if someone says, I really want a modern home, and they end up buying a traditional home, and I ask them, what was the house you grew up in? Assuming they had really good memories of growing up in that house, maybe they had really good childhood friends. Those subconscious memories tend to lead them to buy a similar style of home as the one they grew up in. It's really, really fascinating. Disclose, disclose, disclose. If you're selling a property, especially in California, we're very litigious. Everyone you meet either has a law license or they know somebody who's an attorney. The best way to answer this question is yes. It's always yes. Do I need to disclose that I had a mold problem? Yes. It was 3 years ago and I fixed it. Yes. Do I need to disclose I had a lawsuit with my neighbor?
Yes.
If you have to ask the question, the answer is always yes. What we want to avoid is after escrow closes, you get a knock on the door and you get a subpoena because they're claiming that you failed to disclose a known material fact with the property. Currently, the inventory levels on the west side are fairly low. In the Palisades, there's currently about 75 properties on the market for sale. Normal this time of year would be about 120. What's interesting, there's 50% more homes on the market for lease than there are for sale. Normally, there's more homes for sale than there aren't for lease. So what happens since there's so many properties on for lease, the values of properties for rent in the Palisades and Brentwood has dropped about 10% than it was a year ago because of the excess supply of properties for lease on the market.